Hey everybody, Bill here again. Back to make another video for our channel, my beautiful Philipina bride and I. I don't know if you guys have watched Iris's last video, but she put one on here not too long ago. And we're continuing to move forward with our video series. If you watch this video or watch one of the other ones, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a like, subscribe to our channel. You know, we don't have very many subscribers yet. We're trying to build the channel. We're trying to try a different approach. I see a lot of videos on YouTube of guys who are in the Philippines talking to, you know, Filipino people and the ladies there and, you know, making videos about that. But I want to try something different. I want to try something where we're separate and we haven't even met yet. We just talk online, and up until the point where I actually leave America to fly there to meet her, and then us meeting in person, and then us spending time together as a couple to see how it works out. So if you guys like that concept, I'd really appreciate you making a comment, leaving a comment, giving me a like, give me a thumbs up, you know, subscribe to my channel. But anyhow, today we are going to talk about some things that Filipinos care about, okay? So Filipino ladies, I've done some research online and watched a few videos myself and talked to some people, and I think there's a couple of things that if you're going to do what I'm doing here, if you're going to be a passport bro like I'm going to be, there's a couple things you need to know about trying to find a Filipino girlfriend or wife or, you know, partner, whatever you want to call it. Their culture is different than ours, and they have different, you know, thoughts and different ideas about things. So I'm going to tell you some things that I've learned. It's not probably comprehensive. There's probably other things I'm not going to mention on here. So if you are a Filipino woman, you know, or you're from the Philippines and you know more than what I'm saying, please leave a comment in the comments below. I don't think I'm wrong on any of this, but if I am, please correct me. I think I've done my research pretty good, but I want to go over a few things here. So the first thing I want to go over is the things that, from what I've found out in my research and what I understand, things that Filipino ladies, for the most part, don't like. Now, I'm not going to say they all don't like it because, you know, everybody's different. Some people like different things, but this is what I've understood, and I can tell you some of this is true between me and Iris because she's talked to me about this stuff and she's asked me to make changes. And if you notice, one change I've made is my hair is now colored. She wants me to look a little younger, and the color's kind of faded out now, but she wants me to color my hair, which is fine. I mean, it's no big deal. You know, it's just color, and you know, it does make me look better. I'm not that old, but I've got a full head of white hair, I guess. Light blonde hair, whatever you want to call it, but she wanted it to be darker, so she asked me to color it brown so she could see what it looked like, and I did, and she liked it, so it's fine with me. It's just hair, I don't mind. She's going to color her hair for me as well. But anyhow, let me go over a few things that I have found out that Filipino ladies don't like when it comes to dating foreign men. Okay, so number one thing, and I can tell you this firsthand because if you've watched my videos, when I first got on here, I had a goatee. I had a beard. Iris asked me to shave it off. She wanted to see what it looked like. And I shaved it off, and she said, yeah, I like it better without it. Filipinos take really good care of their skin. They have a lot of skin products over there. And, you know, a lot of the women are, such as Iris, they're you know, a smaller stature, and they're more delicate, I guess I would say, than some of the other women in the world are. And a beard is kind of rough on their skin, so she asked me if I would mind shaving it off, so when I come over there, if I'm close to her, my beard doesn't, you know, irritate her skin. So that's number one. Most Filipino women do not like a beard. She's okay with my mustache. She just wants me to keep it trimmed. I asked her if she wanted me to color my mustache. She said no. She's fine with that, okay? And while I'm on the subject of hair, I have a lot of chest hair and hair in my stomach area, and I had my shirt off the other day and we were talking, and she told me that she liked the hair on my chest and my belly, because she said that most Filipino men are bald. They don't have a lot of hair. She liked the hair on my arms. She said it looks masculine. So they do like that. I do have a patch of hair in the middle of my chest that's turning white. And I asked her if she wanted me to color that brown when I color my hair. And she's like, no, don't worry about that. But they do like chest hair. And I have kind of big pecs. And she teases me about those. She asked me if I had boobs when she first saw me without my shirt, and I'm like, no, they're just pecs. I've always been a kind of a masculine guy, and I've always had a broad chest and broad shoulders, and I've always worked outside and done a lot of manual labor, so I've always built up my upper body strength a lot. And I'm actually going to the gym right now on a regular basis to try to build it up again. But she liked my pecs. She thinks my pecs are awesome. So, whatever. I mean, if you got pecs, guys, and you're an older guy like me, one thing I'd recommend you do is if they're sagging or drooping, or if they're fat, you probably ought to lose a little bit of weight. You probably ought to go to the gym and do some chest exercises to kind of get them looking good, looking a lot better. So, because the ladies like it. So that's my advice to you. If you want to take it, fine. It's up to you. Okay, so that has to do with hair. Okay, and the next thing I already talked about that a little bit. I talked about how the Filipino ladies, they take care of their skin. I can tell you, Iris, she moisturizes every day, multiple times a day. She has very, very beautiful skin. You guys, if you look at her videos, you can see that. Her skin is almost flawless. She has a few pimples, but I mean, she's young, and she likes eating junk food sometimes and things like chocolate, so she's going to get pimples. But her skin is really nice in her face, and she takes really good care of it. And when I first started seeing her, she asked me if I put anything on my face, and I said no. And she said, would you mind getting some lotion to put on your face to kind of make your skin softer and make it look more appealing? So I'll show you what I got, and you guys are probably going to think I'm weird, but I went to the store and I got this L'Oreal Revitalift. I think it's called, Revitalift. It's a moisturizer and a hydratant, and it also supposedly lessens wrinkles. It's got collagen in it and some other stuff. It's kind of expensive. It's a small bottle. It cost me almost $20 for this small bottle. But every night I rub it on my face before I go to bed. After I take a shower, I rub it on my face, and then during the day I just use regular lotion on my face. In the morning I'll put regular lotion on my face. And Iris has told me that my complexion looks a lot better. My wrinkles are less noticeable. I mean, guys, I'm an older guy, okay? I'm going to have wrinkles. She's a young lady, but she wants me to look the best I can look. So, take care of your skin. If you're going to go over there, if you want to get involved with a lady over there, you probably ought to start working on your skin now. If you're an older guy like me and you got wrinkles, start putting some moisturizer on your face. Maybe even go to the beautician if you can afford it and get a chemical peel or whatever, just to make yourself more appealing, okay? All right, now next thing you got to understand here is about your nails, okay? If you have seen Iris's videos and you've noticed her hands, her nails, when you look at her nails, it looks like she went to the salon and had her nails done. That's her natural nails. They are absolutely beautiful. She has beautiful, naturally long nails. She takes really good care of them. She moisturizes them and takes good care of them. And they like a man who has manicured hands and manicured feet. So again, if you're going to go to the Philippines and you're going to meet a lady over there and you want to spend time with her, I know you probably think it sounds kind of sissified, but if you're not really into taking care of your nails, before you go over there, my recommendation to you would be to get at least get a pedicure on your feet. I get a pedicure sometimes. And when I do, I usually have them put clear fingernail polish on my toes because it's not color, it's just clear. And it's not obvious, but it makes my toes look nicer. And I don't know if I'm going to do that again before I go over there now, but I might. But anyhow, make sure your nails are groomed. Make sure you don't have grease under your fingernails. Make sure you don't have long, scraggly fingernails. If your toes are ugly, you probably ought to go get a pedicure and have them use the little buffing pads and clean them off. Make your toenails look nice. You don't have to put clear polish on them like I do if you don't want to, but just make sure your nails look nice, guys. I mean, come on. I'm going to go 6,000 miles, and I'm going to meet a woman that's less than half my age who's willing to be with me. I mean, I'm going to look the best I can look, guys, and you got to do that, okay? You got to do that, all right? So think about that. Another thing that Filipinos don't like, they don't like bad breath, okay? And I know when I get on a plane to leave here, it's about a 20-hour flight from here. I gotta take 4 different flights to get to the Philippines. I gotta fly from where I'm at in the United States to a different place in the United States. I gotta fly to Los Angeles, and then from Los Angeles I gotta fly to Taiwan, and then from Taiwan I fly to the Philippines. So it's 2 flights to the United States, then to Taiwan, then to the Philippines. So I'm going to be on the plane a long time. One recommendation I would make to you is either in your carry-on bag or some sort of a small. I'm going to use a fanny pack. I'm going to carry a fanny pack. I'm going to leave it on me. I'm not going to take it off. And I'm going to have like mouthwash and toothpaste and toothbrush in there. But in my carry-on bag, I'm also going to have some of those wet wipes that you use to clean babies with or you use to clean up with. And before my flight, sometime in between, maybe in Taiwan, if I have time, I'll go to the bathroom and clean up, brush my teeth, and try to look decent. Use some mouthwash because when I meet here, obviously I want to be clean and fresh. I'm not going to be able to take a shower per se, but I can at least try to clean up. I may try to find some dry shampoo. I haven't tried dry shampoo yet, but I heard it works pretty well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that or not, but if I can find some dry shampoo, I might try that in the bathroom and just try to use it and see if it makes my hair look better. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out, okay? So remember, guys, if you're going to go meet a lady, when you get off the plane, go in the bathroom before you get off the plane, brush your teeth, comb your hair, put on some cologne, gargle with some mouthwash, make sure your breath doesn't smell bad. I mean, when you meet a woman for the first time, you got bad breath, that's a turn off to her. You may not ever see her again. She may say, see ya, bye. You want to make a good first impression, right? Okay. All right, now here's some other things that are kind of more in depth, not so much as far as looks and appearance go. Filipino women do not like men who are controlling, okay? So, there's nothing wrong with, when Iris and I talk, we talk about things, and she respects the fact that I'm an older guy. She told me, hey, you've got a lot of life experiences, and I want you to teach me things you know. I want you to give me your knowledge to help me be a better adult. But you don't want to do it in like a pushy or forceful way because it's a turnoff to them. And if you're around them and you try to, boss them around all the time or try to get them to do things they don't want to do, or, tell them, hey, that's wrong, you need to do it this way, you got to be gentle with them, guys. Just take your time, get to know them a little bit, be gentle with them and talk kind to them. Filipino women love a man who sweet talks them and who compliments them and who reassures them and who's polite. And that's another thing. When I meet Iris the first time, I told her, I said, when I meet you the first time, I will hold your hand. If you want me to hold your hand, I'll hug you if you want me to hug you, but I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to kiss you. I'm not going to do anything sexual with you. That's not my goal here. My goal is to get to know you as a person, but I want you to feel comfortable around me because you don't know me. I'm coming from a foreign country. I'm a foreign man. I mean, we talk online all the time. We talk video chat every day, but meeting someone in person is a whole different story, right? So I told her, I said, I'm not going to try to get you to do anything you don't want to do, and I don't even know if I'm going to hold your hand the first, hour or two we're together. But if we're walking and you want to hold my hand, reach out and hold my hand. If you want me to kiss you, ask me for a kiss and I'll give you a kiss. But I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to smother her or, trying to be this dominant man. It's just kind of, you got to do what I say, kind of thing. So just take your time, be sweet to him, be kind to him. The way I look at it, guys, I've got, if things work out between me and Iris and we end up, getting married down the road, say, she's a lot younger than I am, so she's going to outlive me. I don't plan on having another woman in my life for the rest of my life. So, I want her to feel comfortable with me from the beginning, okay? Don't push yourself on them. Filipino women aren't like American women, okay? They don't like men who, take charge, so to speak, or take the initiative to, initiate anything, okay? They're very respectful. Their customs are very traditional. I'm trying to think of the word. Dadgummit. I can't think of it now. Um, but anyhow, they're they're not they're not the kind of ladies to just jump into a kissy feely thing with a guy. They're more modest. That's what they're modest. Okay, almost all Filipino women are modest. I'm not saying all of them are. Maybe there might be. If you got a girl and you know her well enough and you're talking to her, and she's like, the first time I meet you, I want you to lay one on me. Then hey, lay one on her if that's what she tells you to do. But my girl is modest. She's very modest. She's kind of shy. She talks to me on the phone and we talk great. I mean, when we video chat. But obviously, when we meet each other the first time, I'm going to be very nervous because she's absolutely beautiful, and I'm very surprised even today that she still talks to me and she's still interested in me. But at the same time, I have to respect her boundaries. Okay, I have to respect the fact that she's not from a culture where women throw themselves at men. Okay, so I'm gonna let her take the initiative and let her, when she's ready to do something more than what we're doing, then she'll let me know. I mean, I'm in no hurry. I got the rest of my life, so I'm not in a hurry. And I don't want to jump into a physical relationship with someone without having an emotional relationship first. I don't know if that makes sense to some of you guys, but I've told Iris more than once, I want to know you with my heart before I know you with my body, because I'm 61 years old. My body's going away. It's not gone yet. I mean, I'm still pretty healthy. I go to the gym and work out, and I'm still in really good shape for my age. People tell me all the time I look 50 years old or less because I take care of myself. I had a person the other day tell me they thought I was 48, and that's a great compliment. But I'm not gonna be able to keep up with her forever because she's a lot younger than me. So I would rather know her with my heart and love her with my heart first, because that love will last. Okay, physical love won't last forever. So I think she's very, very glad that I said that to her, because, like I said, they're very modest, demure, maybe somewhat submissive women. They're not ones to typically make the first move on a guy, but they're not ones to just let a guy maul all over them or fawn all over them, manhandle them either, because they have their self-respect, and they want to get to know you first before you get into anything physical. So I think she's good with that, and I'm glad, because that's fine with me. So just remember, guys, don't be too pushy, don't be too controlling. Just take it slow. Let her kind of set the pace. Like I said, if Iris wants a kiss, she's going to have to ask me for one, because I'm not going to give her one unless she asks me, because I don't want her to feel like I'm pushing her. And a kiss is not that big of a deal, but if she's not ready, she's not ready. And your girl may not be ready either. So just remember that. Okay. Now the next thing, once you get to know them a little bit and you're around them a little bit and you're hanging out, they like you to be flirty with them. They like you to tease them and be flirty with them, but they don't want you to be a pervert, guys. Okay. And there's a fine line between flirting with a woman and being a pervert. Okay. So what comes out of your mouth, once it comes out, you can't take it back. So you don't want to say dirty things to her. You don't want to say inappropriate things to her. You don't want to grab her in inappropriate places. You don't want to oogle at her, or ask her to take pictures of certain parts of her anatomy, because they're not that way. They don't mind if you flirt with them and tell them they're beautiful. They love attention. They love to be complimented. They love to be made to feel good about themselves. They love to be told they're beautiful or they're sexy, things like that. But you don't want to get into the realm where you're discussing specific body parts until you know them better. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Older men with a younger woman. There's people in the world, especially in the country where I live, in the United States, who aren't going to like the fact that I'm with her, and they're going to be like, "Oh, you're a stalker, you're a pervert, you're a baby cradle robber, whatever." You know what? She's a grown woman. She's past the age of adulthood. She's a grown woman. She can make her own decisions. And I'm not even with her yet until I get to the Philippines and we meet face to face. But if she wants to be with me, I don't have a problem with her age. I don't care. She's an adult. She can make adult decisions. And if she's willing to spend time with me and see if we're compatible, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm happy with it. But just remember, guys, there's a line between being a flirt and being a pervert. So as an older man, you need to respect their younger age and the fact that they're conservative and modest. So just remember those things, guys. Okay. Another thing ladies don't like. They don't like a man who's an alcoholic, and they don't like a man who's lazy. Okay. I haven't been to the Philippines yet, but I've seen a lot of videos on it, and I've talked to Iris a lot about it, and a lot of people over there aren't lazy. Okay, they work very, very hard to have what they have. They work very hard to have what they have, and she works very hard to have what she has. She exercises all the time. She has chores to do in her house, and she goes and does things around town. She goes and helps her sister. She's got sisters. One sister owns a farm. She goes and helps her sister on the farm. So she works very hard, and she does not drink at all. She doesn't mind that I drink a little, but I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even remember the last time I was like massively drunk. I don't even like getting massively drunk. I'd rather just drink a little bit till I mellow out a little bit and I'm fine. 1 or 2 drinks and I'm good to go. But you gotta be a hardworking guy. You gotta be willing to put the time in. And when you go there to see them, they want you to show them some effort. Show them that you're not afraid to. If you go visit their family or their relatives, if maybe ask, what can I help you with? What is there something I can do around the house to make your life easier? Maybe the sink needs fixed, or a room needs painted, or there's some yard work needs to be done. I don't know. Just offer to lend a helping hand, because they like guys who are not afraid to get in there and get their hands dirty and work. And if you go out drinking with your girl, don't drink like an idiot. Don't get drunk, falling down drunk, and your girl's having to drag you back home, and you look like a moron. Then you end up flirting with another girl, and your girlfriend dumps you because you're being an idiot. So just be a little bit modest about how much you drink, okay? Because you may push her away if you drink too much, because a lot of them, they can't afford alcohol, for one, because a lot of them aren't very wealthy, and they can't afford the luxuries of life. Iris's family doesn't even have a car. They don't even own a car. So you got to remember that they don't have a lot of money, so they probably don't do a lot of drinking. So if they offer me alcohol, I'll probably have a little bit, but I'm not going to have a lot, because I don't want to make a fool out of myself. Another thing you got to remember, guys, when you're over there, you don't want to make fun of their friends or their family. Okay, it's fine to talk to their family and be respectful to them, and laugh and joke with them. But when you're by yourself with your girl, you don't want to make fun of her family members or her siblings or her friends, because over there, family is very close. Iris has told me more than once that her family is very important to her. She loves her family, and she does not want to be away from them. She doesn't want to not have contact with them, and she wants me to respect her family. So when I go over there, I'm going to be very respectful and kind to them. But just remember, when you're away from her family and you're with her by yourself, don't be making fun of her family or her friends, because she's not going to like it. Okay, good thing to remember. Another thing you need to pay attention to, okay, when you're talking to her, if you're talking to her online first, like I do with Iris, you want to make mental notes about things that she likes, things she doesn't like. You want to know what makes her happy, okay? I sent Iris flowers about a month ago, and she was just flabbergasted by the fact that I sent her flowers. I figured out a way, and this is a good pointer for you guys if you're listening. I got online and I found a fairly large city near where she lived, and I went to Google Maps and I typed in flower shop for that city, and I found a flower shop, and they had a Facebook page, and so I went to their Facebook page. I started talking to them, and I gave them her address and asked them if they could deliver flowers to her, and they were more than happy to do that. So I actually paid to have flowers delivered to her, and she didn't even know they were going to be delivered. Flowers and a box of chocolates. And she was just blown away by that, because she's never gotten flowers in her life from anybody. So she was very excited to get flowers. Since then, I've sent her flowers a couple more times. And she finally told me, look, you don't need to send me flowers anymore. You need to save your money. And she's very frugal that way, and that's fine. I respect that. but just find out the things they like, guys. You know, find out what makes them happy, and make sure you remember those things. You know, try to do those things. Try to find out what their favorite food is. Iris's favorite food is tacos. So when I go there, I'm gonna make her tacos. I'm gonna make her American tacos if I can find all the stuff I need, all the ingredients. But I'll probably take her out to eat for, you know, Filipino tacos. And she likes pizza as well. So, you know, just find out the things they like to do. Maybe places, do they like to go to the beach? Do they like to go to the mountains? You know, do they like to spend time with their family? Do they like to spend time alone? You know, just things they like to do. Iris's family on a regular basis has family get-togethers, and where we're staying is going to be about an hour away from her family. So if her family has a family get-together and they invite us, I'm definitely going to take her there because it's, you know, it's her family. She wants to go be with her family, and I want to meet them as well. So, you know, but like I said, just find out things they like, and, you know, just try to remember those things, okay? All right, next thing. Just like I said, just know what pleases her, what makes her happy. Okay, now we're going to talk about a different subject, okay? And this is a subject that is probably a controversial subject in some parts of the world, but in the Philippines it's not. And the subject I'm going to talk about here now is older guys like me dating younger girls like her, okay? I can tell you right now that being a United States citizen, there's not a woman that I know of within 1,000 miles of me that's the same age as Iris is that would take a second look at me as far as being someone she'd want to date. It's just the way it is in America. When you're my age, you don't date women her age, and you know that's fine if that's how you know society wants to see it. But to me, an adult is an adult, and if you're mature and you're responsible and you're not, you know, a partier, you're not an alcoholic, you're not into drugs, and you're responsible with your money and you're respectable, I don't care what your age is, as long as you treat me good, okay? In the Philippines, and that's the way they look at it. Like I mentioned it before in my other videos. Hold on, I gotta get a drink. My mouth's getting dry here. I mentioned it before in my other videos. Women over there, the younger women over there, say anywhere from 18 years old to 35 years old. A lot of them will date guys my age. And I can tell you, I think I've said this before, I was on dating websites before I met Iris, and there were girls on there on those dating websites as young as 18, 19 years old who in their profile stated in there that they would date a man who is up to 70 years old. And I don't know if that's true or not, and some of those might be women who are just trying to get a free ride to the United States. I don't know. I don't know them. I never did pay for the membership to be able to talk to them. I just looked at them online. But you know, a large majority, and even if they had like age range, let's say they were 20 years old and their age range was from 19 to 40. You know, that was their age range. But they also have a thing where you can say, is that age range your absolute limit, or are you willing to go beyond that? And 90% of them said, yes, I'll go beyond that if I need to. And I can tell you that I had women on there, you could message each other. I had women on there who their age range for guys was, you know, between 20 and 35 or 20 and 45, but they were messaging me. They were sending me messages. I didn't read their messages because I didn't pay for the upgraded membership, but they were sending me messages wanting to get to know me. I know that's what it was. So just because that age range, just because that says that's what the age range is, doesn't mean it's an absolute fact. But anyhow, let's talk about younger and older. Why would a younger Filipino woman want to date a guy my age? Well, the first thing that I found out is they like the fact that older men are financially secure and they have financial stability. And that's true. I'm retired. I have a retirement fund that I get paid out of every month. I also collect Social Security. So I'm not poor. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. But I also have learned through my life what is important and what's not important. I don't waste money on frivolous things. I waste money on car parts. You know, my family will tell you that, and I admit that because I'm a car nut. But I don't go out and drink at bars. I don't go out and eat a lot. I eat at home almost all the time. And now that I'm on a diet, I haven't eaten out in a couple months. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, guys. You know, that's another important thing to talk about. So they're looking for someone who can give them financial security and financial stability. Iris has told me more than once that she wants me to help her learn how to save money and how to start her own 401k or a Roth IRA or an IRA so she can put money into it, because she knows I'm not going to be around. Most likely she's going to outlive me, so she wants to start as soon as she gets here. She wants to start building herself a nest egg, so if something happens to me, then she'll be protected. And I'll probably get life insurance when she gets here and put that in her name. I already have life insurance, one life insurance policy that's in my daughter's names, and it's going to stay in their names. She can't have that because I've already promised it to my daughters, and actually my daughters are paying for it, so it's theirs. But you know, I will want her to have some sort of financial stability if I'm gone. So yeah, I'll get life insurance, and you know, we'll figure out how to pay the premiums together. And you know, plus I want to teach her how to you know, invest like I have, and how to you know, put money in a 401k. I think I've talked about this before, the power of compounding. If you don't know what that means, you should look it up on the internet. But there's a lot of if you're as young as she is and you start putting money away, you'd be amazed at how much money you can have by the time you're 40, 50, 60 years old. You can have quite a bit of money put away. And I'm going to teach her, you know, to get a job, but you know, put a certain percentage of that money away every time she gets paid. And you know, to start out with, it won't be a lot, but eventually it's going to really make a difference for her. So they're looking for a financial stability, guys. So you need to be financially stable if you're going to go over there. You know, you can try to sell them that if you're not, but you know, that's what they're looking for. And a lot of them are looking to maybe they live in an impoverished area. Maybe they live they're considered poor, or you know, Iris considers herself middle class, and I wouldn't consider her middle class here. She'd be considered poor here, but there are people over there who are way more poor than Iris is. So I think she's probably she's seen my house. I've shown her videos of it, and it's beautiful. She loves it. I think she's probably thinking she's going to have a step up coming here, and then she will, because she's going to show you some videos on how she lives there. And so yeah, she's escaping some poverty, and she's improving her living conditions. So yeah, you know, coming here, she's definitely going to do that. She's going to have more opportunity. She talked about that in her video about how there's more opportunity here than there is there, and that's very true. And they also feel like that older men like myself are good providers. We're more stable. They're less likely to run around or to cheat on them, or you know, do things we shouldn't do, to waste money on things. So I think there's that stability there, and it's definitely that way with me, because I'm a one-woman man. I can't afford more than one woman. So, and I don't want to. I mean, I've never been that way. I've always just been with one lady. You know, and if things don't work out, I move on and try to find someone else. But you know, Iris knows that. She knows that I've committed myself to her, and she knows that when she comes here that I'll be waiting for her, and you know, we'll have a life together. Okay. The next thing, in the Philippines, there's a lot of what they call traditional values, or old-fashioned values. The women over there are taught to take care of the house. They're taught to take care of their husband, take care of their family. Some of them do work. I mean, that's very common. But if they work, a lot of times they hire a maid. If they can afford to, they hire a maid to, you know, do household chores and cleaning and some of the cooking. But they still take part in, you know, raising the children and, you know, taking care of the house and things like that. So it's a very traditional role over there that women take on, and they're looking for a guy who likes that traditional lifestyle, because Iris has told me more than once that she wants to be a housewife. She wants to take care of the house. She wants to cook and clean. That's what she's been taught from the time she was a child. She wants to cook and clean and take care of the house and take care of me. And I'm going to be the one that is a provider for the family. Now, she probably will have some sort of a job when she's here, but it's not going to be like a highly skilled job or a manual labor job. It's probably going to be something maybe she can do work from home online, maybe a call center job or a help wanted desk or a help desk or something like that for some company. She can do that, just to make a little bit of money for herself. So she'll be working at that too, but she still wants to take care of the house and be a housemaker. And so they're looking for those traditional gender roles. They want to be a traditional wife. They want to have kids, take care of the kids, help raise the kids, be there for the children. In the Philippines, it's not common for the wife, if the family has children, for the wife to not be there for the children. Like I said, if she does work, she still takes time when she gets home to take care of the children in the house. So they may hire a nanny or a maid to watch the children when they're not there, if they both work. But they still take part in taking care of the house, because it's what they're taught from the time they're little. They're always taught that. They're taught traditional values. So that's another reason why they like older men, because older men tend to be more traditional, like myself. They tend to want to have a woman who's a housewife, a homemaker, a homekeeper, and that's what I want. Okay, let me see, what have I got here? Another reason why they want to come over here is, and this is kind of a controversial subject, they want an opportunity for immigration. And I will tell you guys, there are ladies in the Philippines who are looking for a free ride to the United States, and they'll marry a man and they'll come here, and within maybe a short time, a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, they'll leave him for a younger man, and basically all they want is a free ride over here so they can get over here, and then they're going to dump that guy for a younger man. I don't believe Iris is that way. We've talked about it several times. She's very faithful to me. She's very true to me, and I think we're probably going to be fine. Obviously, I haven't met her yet, so that remains to be seen. But she seems very genuine in her feelings for me, and I'm very confident in that. When I go over there, I meet her face to face, and we spend time together. We'll know more. She'll know more about me, whether she wants to commit herself to me, and I'll know more about her when I want to commit myself to her. So, but just be careful, guys, because there are ladies over there who are just basically looking for a free ride to the United States. So make sure you know them, make sure you understand them very well. And that's another reason why, I know everybody can't do this. I understand you guys all can't do this. That's another reason why I'm glad that I'm retired, because I told Iris, when you come here, I'm going to be with you 24/7. If you're here in the house, I'm going to be with you. If she gets a online job and she's working from home, we'll be together 24/7. So, we're going to know how compatible we are. But before we do that, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to rent an Airbnb for 5 months. I'm going to be in the Philippines for 5 months, and Iris is going to come. She's going to live with me. I can't promise that she's going to be there the full 5 months. I don't know. Maybe after 2 months she's going to be like, I just don't think it's going to work out between us. I'm going to go back home. I don't know. Maybe I might say something like that, but I don't see it happening, because we talk so much and we know so much about each other at this point. I think we're going to be fine, but there's no guarantees. But if you're going to go over there and you're thinking about bringing someone back here to the United States, a lot of guys say don't do it. They say leave them there and marry them, and then come back to the United States, sell your stuff, and move there. They'll be a lot more faithful to you there. And there's probably some truth in that, because becoming Americanized can ruin a lot of people. But I don't think Iris is that way. She wants to be a United States citizen. I don't have a problem bringing her here. But if you're going to go over there and you're going to meet someone and you're considering the fact that you might want to bring them over here, spend as much time over there with them as you can, and try to spend like 24/7 with them for days, weeks, months, as long a time period as you can possibly spend over there. I know if you're younger than I am and you have a job, obviously you can't just take 2, 3, 5 months off and go over there and quit your job and go over there and spend time with someone. But you need to try to spend as much time with them as you possibly can, because it's a whole different ballgame to spend day in and day out with someone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week than it is just to talk to them on the phone like Iris and I do twice a day. It's a whole different story. I think we're probably compatible. We have a lot of the same interests. We have a lot of the same desires and goals in our life. So I think we're very compatible. But again, until I meet her face to face and we go and we both lay down on the same bed and we both lay there side by side and we get up and we cook together and clean together and spend time together, go out and do things together, see how we interact in public, see how we interact in private. Until we do those things, we don't know 100% that our lives are going to be able to be combined together. I'm hoping I can take, I've said it before, my culture and her culture and meld them together and make something beautiful out of them. But her personality, she seems very sweet and kind, and I think I've seen that way to her as well. But I don't know. In person it's a whole lot different story. And the thing is too is, when you see someone, when I see her on a video chat or she sees me on a video chat, in person you might look a little different. You might look, a little older, a little younger. You might look a little prettier, or I don't know. But when you meet someone in person, face to face, you're seeing them without any filters, any lenses, anything like that. Because on a phone, we use our phones to chat. Well, I have more than one device, and so does she. She can switch from one device to another, and her skin looks tan in one device and looks white in another device. So, when I meet her face to face, I'm going to see what she looks like, and she's going to see what I look like. And, that attraction may be there, it may not be there. I don't know. And then we're going to have the emotional bond. So, I think it's going to be great. I really do. I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing her, meeting her face to face. I'm very excited about going there. I don't have any doubts or any qualms about going there. And I rented a house for 5 months, so I'm going to be there for 5 months no matter what happens between me and her. But I at this point, I'm 99% sure that she will still be with me 5 months after I get there. When the day I leave, she will be the person at the airport saying goodbye to me. I have no doubt about that. There's no reason for me to think that about her. I've known her well enough. But you gotta know them good, guys. You can't just jump on a plane after knowing someone for 2 weeks and going over there. You gotta spend time with them, talking to them. And when you go over there, just try to spend as much time as you can. If it's a couple of weeks, it's a couple of weeks. Don't go over there for a 3-day vacation and think you're going to know someone. You're not. Okay? You need to go spend at least, I would say, a minimum of 2 weeks. And if that's all you can do, you probably need to go over there 2 or 3 times and spend 2 or 3 weeks with them before you make a commitment to them that you're going to bring them back here. There's different types of visas. There's the fiance visa, and there's the spousal visa, and I'll talk about those later on. If you're not sure and you're not sure you want to be with them, you can always go with the fiance visa, which is the K1 visa, I think. And if you go with that, it's you don't have to marry them. You have to go spend time with them and show proof that you've been in the Philippines spending time with them. But you don't have to marry them. You can bring them here, and within 90 days of them being here, you have to marry them. Well, 90 days, if you bring them to the United States within 90 days, you're going to know whether or not you want to marry them or not. It's going to be pretty simple. So, if nothing else, go over there and spend, a couple weeks here and there. And once you feel comfortable with them and you want to bring them here, get them a K1 visa and bring them over here and, live with them for 90 days in your house. And, if you want to marry them, marry them. If you don't, then you can always buy them a plane ticket back home. But I can't do that time and time again, and I've told Iris that more than once. I can't do this time and time again, so I'd rather get to know you very well before I make the decision to come and see you. I've already made the plans. I've already got the plane tickets bought. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I've already got the plane tickets bought when I'm going to go. But I've still got at least, I will say at this point, I've got at least 2 more months before I go over there. And we talk every day. Every day we talk. And we talk at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And when we talk, unless there's something going on where we just are saying, hey, I'm going to do this, hey, I'm going to do that, we always talk for a minimum of at least 1 hour, but most of the time we spend 2 to 3 hours each time we talk on the phone with each other. We just always find stuff to talk about. We laugh, we joke, we get to know each other, we talk about things we've never talked about before, we talk about the fact that I'm coming over there and what we want to do together. We talk about her family, we talk about my family, but we really click when it comes to talking. But I love talking to her because the more I talk to her, the more I get to know her on an intimate level. And that's another nice thing about doing what I'm doing, guys, because if you don't go see them right away, I talked the thing about the emotional bond and the physical bond, the sexual bond. If you can get to know them emotionally, even if it's just on phone conversations before you go over there, you kind of got an idea what kind of person they are, what their personality's like, what their likes and dislikes are, what their interests are, whether they're compatible with you. So the longer you spend just talking to them on video chat, you're kind of forced to not be physical with them because you're not there. I'm here and she's there. I can't touch her. I can't hug her. I can't hold her. I can't kiss her. I can't do anything with her because she's 6,000 miles away. But what I can do is I can talk to her on an emotional level, and I can get to know her. And I will tell you that there have been a couple times in the last couple months since I've met her that her and I have had arguments. We've had disagreements. We got upset with each other about certain things. I'm not going to mention what they are, but we've reached that point in our relationship where she's got upset with me about some stuff. I got upset with her about some stuff, and we kind of went off on the other person a little bit. And then we kind of calmed down and we talked about it, and we've always worked through it. Every single time we've worked through it. So we still have very strong feelings for each other. I will just tell you, I love her and she loves me. I know that. It's not the kind of deep love that from someone that you are having physical contact with, but it is an emotional love, and it's a respect more than anything else. I respect her opinions. I respect her boundaries. If she asks me to do something, I know she's not going to ask me to do something because she's trying to control me. She's asking me to do something or to not do something. She's doing it because it's important to her. It's something that's important to her. And I've asked her to do things too. But it's all emotional. There's just emotions involved between her and me right now because we're not together. So the longer I spend talking to her, that's why I like talking to her on a daily basis, because it's right now it's just emotions. But when I get to the point where I'm actually going to fly there and meet her, I think our emotional bond will be very, very strong at that point. And I will have no doubt at that point whether or not I want to be with her. But even though that's true, when I get there, I'm not going to try to throw myself at her. I'm not going to try to, make her feel uncomfortable or, be grabby on her or, try to force her to kiss me or, a lot of Filipino women, they don't like showing affection in public. They'll hold your hand. They might put their arm around you if you put your arm around them. But a lot of Filipino women they don't even want to kiss a man in public. Now, I don't know if Iris is that way or not. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. And she might change her viewpoint once she meets me. I don't know, but you need to talk to them about that and see what their comfort zone is. But like I said, even though at the point when I get where I'm going to actually fly over there and meet with her and see her face to face, I'm still not going to try to get like forcefully physical with her right away, because I want her to be comfortable and ready for that when the time comes. She's a lot younger than I am. She has a lot less experience than I do when it comes to relationships and especially being physical with someone. So I want her to go at her pace, not my pace. Because if I had my choice, I'd get off the plane. I'd walk up to her, grab her, and pick her up in my arms and give her a great big old kiss, because I'm comfortable with that. But she may not be, and your girl may not be either. So you need to talk to them about that kind of things. But again, I'm not worried about the physical part. The physical part will come when the time is right. And I told her, I said, I want you to be comfortable around me. From the second you meet me, I want you to be comfortable around me and know that I'm not going to try to force you or push you into doing anything you're not ready to do. And you guys need to remember that. These women, if they're younger than you, especially if they're a lot younger than you, and they don't have the experience you do, you need to respect that. You need to give them their space, give them time to think things through. When they're ready, they'll let you know. Believe me, they'll let you know. They're. Iris told me more than once. She's really, at this point in her life, she's really wanting to have a deep, committed relationship with a man. So I know she's not afraid to be physical with me, but it has to be in her time. Okay, that's all I'm saying, guys. Okay, let's go on to the next subject. So I talked about opportunities for immigration. Just remember, guys, there's, you got to know your girl first and make sure if you're going to bring her to the United States, that she truly wants to be with you. And how you can do that, I don't know. You're going to have to just figure out how to do it. But you don't want to, spend all that money and bring her over, then she dumps you and, you've lost all that money. So just be careful. And I will say this, probably the province girls are less likely to do that. So, I'm not saying the city girls are bad. I don't know them, but, I know they talk to their friends, and, the word gets around that, hey, my friend did this, my friend did that. And they're like, well, maybe I could do that too. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just exercise caution. Don't get in a rush to rush into a relationship with them. If they're trying to force themselves on you when you first get there, they immediately tell you they love you and they can't live without you, and let's go get married. Maybe you should back off a little bit and be like, well, hold on a second. I want to get to know you a little bit first, okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind, guys. Okay. The last thing. Then I'll talk, actually a couple more things here. Some of them consider older men like me to be either their top choice or maybe even their only choice. And the reason they do is because, like in Iris's case, she's kind of a omnivert, I think you call it, which she's introverted, but she's also extroverted. Just depends on her mood. But she spends a lot of time at home. And when she comes here, her family doesn't own a car. She doesn't know how to drive. I'm going to try to spend some time when I'm over there teaching her how to drive. I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to do it, but when she comes here, she's probably going to want to learn how to drive. But until she learns how to drive and gets a driver's license, she can't go anywhere. She's right here in my house. So I think she likes the fact that I'm retired and that I'm going to be with her 24/7. And she, if I had to go off to a job, especially if I traveled, if I had to go and I was gone for, say 2 days, 3 days, a week at a time, and she was here by herself. I mean, she can't go anywhere. She doesn't have a car to get anywhere. She needs to go do something. She can't go do it. So she would feel very lonely and isolated. I think that's why they choose men that are older like me, because I'm retired and I'm not going anywhere. I told her, when you come here, I'm literally going to probably just shut my life off for like the first 2 months you're here. I'm going to shut my life off because we spent 5 months there in the Philippines, and I know what you're like and you know what I'm like, and we've made the commitment to each other, and we're either going to go for the spousal visa or the fiance visa. And once we get that figured out and she comes here, I told her, I said, I'm probably going to take basically two months of my life, and I'm just going to kind of turn my life off. And I mean, I'll talk to my family and my friends. I'm not going to ignore them, but I'm going to try to focus mainly on her, spending time with her, acclimating her to the United States. Obviously, when she comes here, her time zones are going to be, her body clock's going to be completely screwed up, because I mentioned this before, that she's, like right now, it's 2:20 in the afternoon here, so it's 3:20 in the morning where she's at right now. So she's sleeping right now. But when she comes here, her body clock's going to be all screwed up. Her sleep pattern's going to be all screwed up. She's going to be confused. She's going to be lonely. She's going to miss her family. She's going to be scared. She's going to be, just all these emotions are be going through her head. And you guys, you got to remember, they're females. Females, they have a lot more emotions than us guys do. Okay, they have a lot more emotions. So I'm going to spend at least a couple months just focusing on getting her acclimated to being here. Showing her around. Talking to her about how things work in the United States, going through house chores and housekeeping, and what her responsibilities are going to be, what my responsibilities are going to be, and maybe she does laundry I know she does laundry differently than the way I do. They have a washing machine, but they don't use it. They don't have a dryer at all. They hang their clothes outside on a line. So they don't have a dishwasher. I don't think they have a dishwasher. They wash all their dishes by hand. So I'm going to have to teach her how to use the stuff that I have here, the amenities that I have here, and just teach her how to take care of things the American way, so to speak. So I'm planning on spending a lot of time with her, teaching her how to do those things, but I'm also spending time with her so that she doesn't feel alone and she doesn't start getting depressed and, want to go back home. And, if the more time you spend with them, the more love and affection you show them while they're here, the more likely they're going to be to stay. So you need to remember that, okay? So you need to try to plan that too as well. If you're ready to the point where you're going to go over there and get them and bring them back here, you need to take some vacation time from work or time off from your normal activities that you do. Weekends you go, I don't know, go bowling or shooting guns or to the lake or whatever. Just make sure you include them and take them with you, because they want to be a part of your life. If you leave them at home, they're going to feel alone and abandoned. So just remember, you got to take time to help them become acclimated to the United States. Okay, that's important. And if you stay faithful to them, obviously they're going to treat you well. I've talked about this before. I don't know what it's going to be like when we get over to the Philippines. And I will tell you another thing that I found out about a lot of Filipino women. A lot of Filipino women are very jealous. There's I mean, I'll just say it out loud. There's 1,000 women ready to take Iris's place if the opportunity presents itself. They're ready to take her place, and she's got that in the back of her mind all the time. So if we're walking down the street and an attractive Filipino lady walks by that's by herself, or maybe she's with 2 or 3 of her friends, and they notice the fact that I'm a foreigner, they might look at me, they might wave at me, they might even talk to me. But I can promise you, if that happens, she's going to immediately bristle up, and she's going to be like, he's my dude, leave him alone. They like their man to be faithful, okay? They want to be able to trust you that if you're going to go out in public without them, that you're not going to come home with another girl's phone number in your phone, okay? When I'm there, I'm planning on continuing my exercise regime because I'm trying to get my health to be better than it was, and it's already improved a lot. So I'm planning on, when I'm in the Philippines, I'm going to try to find a local gym that I can go to and work out. If she wants to come with me, she's more than welcome to, but there may be a day when she's not feeling good, or she just doesn't feel like going to the gym, and I may have to go by myself. But I want her to be able to trust me that when I come home, I'm not going to have 5 other girls' phone number in my pocket, okay? Because I'm there by myself. So you guys got to remember, you got to stay faithful to these ladies, because they're jealous, and if you make them mad too many times, they're going to kick you to the curb. Then you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. You have to go try to find yourself another one, which wouldn't be a problem, but then you got to start all over again. I don't want to start all over. I'm too old to start over. So they're looking for, a guy that's faithful to them, looking for a guy who can offer them a better life, which the life I'm going to offer Iris here is way better than the life she has. I mean, I'm not saying her life is horrible, that her family's mean, or that she's neglected in any way. She's loved very much by her parents. I've met both of her parents. I've talked to them. She's loved very much by her family. She's treated very well by all of them at this point in her life. So it's not like she's trying to escape some horrible situation where she's, neglected or abused or starved or anything like that. But, she is going to have a better life here, because there's things I can offer her here that her family cannot offer her, because they don't have a lot of money. And I can respect that. They want a guy who's mature, who's not like a party animal. If you're 60 years old and you go to the bar every night or every weekend, you probably shouldn't go looking for a Filipino woman, because she's not going to like you very much when she finds out you do that. And they want a guy who's a good decision maker, a guy who's got his head on his shoulders, who doesn't, just do stuff on a whim, or, waste large amounts of money on stuff that doesn't come to fruition. They want you to be somewhat frugal. Iris likes the fact that I don't spend a lot of money on a lot of things. I don't go out to eat a lot. The thing I probably spend money on the most is my cars, but it's my 401k, is my cars. I'm trying to get some of them together so I can sell them and add money to my portfolio, and she knows that. But I've slowed my buying habits down dramatically in the last 6 months to a year. Number one, because I can't afford it anymore, and number two, because I'm trying to limit myself to buying parts for whatever car I'm working on at the time, so I can get it fixed and sold and move on to the next one. And I've got a lot of parts already, so I don't really need a lot of stuff. And I will tell you this, this goes along with faithfulness. They can't stand a guy who is a player, so to speak, who has multiple partners. You want to really piss a Filipino off, let her find out that you're seeing someone else and you haven't told her, or you're still with her and you're seeing another woman. God help you. I feel sorry for you. And that brings up another subject that I heard here recently, and I think it's worth mentioning in this video. There's a lot of Filipino women over there who aren't afraid to be sexual with you, to be sexually active with you. But I'm very, very surprised. In my research, I found out that there's a lot of Filipino women over there that are still a virgin. And I'm not talking like, 16, 18-year-old girls, guys. I'm talking a girl who's in her 20s, some of them maybe in their 30s, maybe even in their 40s. And they're a virgin because they're taught at a young age, you save yourself for marriage, and you respect that, and you save yourself for the man who's going to put a ring on your finger. So to that end, I will say this to you guys. If you go over there and, if you meet a girl and you go over there and you find out she's a virgin, don't go over there to just so you can, conquer her virginity and take it away from her. I mean, come on, dudes. For one, you're in a foreign country, and if you take away her virginity, then you dump her. She may go tell her brother, and her brother may tell her dad, and they may tell her cousins, and you may get paid a visit by a bunch of angry Filipino guys who you stole their sister or their cousin or their daughter's virginity away from her, and you may end up in a Filipino hospital in not very good shape. So I've heard that more than once. That's my advice to you. If you're not going to be serious with a woman, number one, if she's a virgin and she wants you to wait, you need to wait. Okay, you need to respect that about her. And I told Iris, I'm not going to push anything on her. Whatever she's ready, she's ready. If she wants to wait until marriage to do certain things, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that because I want to love her with my heart, not my body. So, but just respect their culture, guys, because they're, it's a whole lot different ball game over there than it is in America. Okay, there aren't a lot of loose and free women over there, so to speak. They're taught traditional values. Okay, they're taught to be what's the word I just used a little while ago? They're taught to be respectful. They're taught to be somewhat submissive. They're taught to respect their husbands, but they're also taught to be very modest. They're taught that, and here's the other thing. If a woman over there, if a Filipino woman ends up pregnant out of wedlock and she's a single mom, she's looked down on by a lot of people in society. She has a hard time finding a job. Now I'm not saying if she's married, if she marries a guy and they have children together and then they end up, separated or, they're not together anymore, they may look at her differently. But if you're, 20 or 25 years old, you've never been married, and all of a sudden you come up pregnant and you end up having a child and the father's not around, it makes them look really bad in society, okay? They get shunned, they get rejected, they get talked about. And there's a lot of Filipino women over there that's the one reason why they're still a virgin, because they're terrified that they're going to end up pregnant with someone else's baby who's a foreigner and he doesn't want anything to do with them anymore. So just respect that, guys, okay? Respect that, please. If you go over there, or even before you go over there, if you meet a girl online or talk to her and she tells you, hey, I'm a virgin, I want to wait till marriage for sex, just respect that, please. Don't try to, be some kind of dude that brags about the fact you took some girl's virginity away from her and you never married her. You never had any intention of marrying her. So just remember that, okay? Please. I'm just going to throw that in there. I've heard that more than once. Their culture is a lot different than ours is. But don't go over there and try to take advantage of women, okay? It's not right, man. It's not cool. And the last thing I want to talk about is, and Iris talked about this in her video. Last thing I want to talk about, the reason they might want to be with an older guy, is what's called cultural fascination. Iris mentioned in her first video, that when she was a child, she had this dream of wanting to be with an American man, have an American husband, and she said the Filipinos at that point, and probably still today, a lot of them look at American men as, some sort of a person up on a pedestal, or, we have it made, we have, we're all rich, we all have, lots of money, and we can do whatever we want, which isn't true, but comparatively speaking to their culture, a lot of it is true. I mean, if I went to the Philippines right now, if I sold everything I had and took the cash from that and the money from my 401k, and I went to the Philippines, I would be a multimillionaire. I'd be at the top of the food chain. I mean, every woman in the whole country would want to be with me because I had lots of money. I could pick and choose whoever I wanted, but that's how they look at us. They look at us as some, really nice, good-looking, tall. They like us because we're tall. I mean, I'm almost a foot taller than Iris is. We've talked about her height and her weight, and I'm almost a foot taller than her, and I outweigh her by almost 100 pounds. But they like the fact that we're big, tall guys, and we can give them sexy babies, strong men and strong boys babies and beautiful girl babies, because apparently American culture, American genes, and Filipino genes produce beautiful children. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to find out, because I can't have children at this point, but Iris and I have talked about that. But that's down the road. We don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't have any plans of having more children at this point. But, plans change, right? But anyhow, they have a cultural fascination with us. So another reason why they might want to be with an older man is because of cultural fascination. Now, there's Filipino ladies over there who are, 18, 20, 25, 30 years old, and they want to be with a man who's their age. And they may want a Filipino guy, they may want a guy from France or Italy or Britain or Germany or Australia, Russia, I don't know, they may want a man who's not from the United States. And they may want a man that's closer to their age, because they want to be able to get married and have babies and have a family and grow as a family together. But so they're, not every young lady over there wants to date a guy my age. That's fine with me. I don't care. But if you play your cards right, guys, and you treat them with respect and be kind to them and patient with them, you're going to find if you're a guy my age and you want to find a younger Filipino lady, you can find them if you look. But you just have to remember the things I said today, okay? You have to remember that their culture is different than our culture. Their values and their outlook on family is different than ours. Their outlook on casual sex is way different than ours for the most part. Like I said, I'm sure there's bar ladies over there that'll probably be more than happy to hop in the sack with you if that's what you're looking for. They might give you more than you bargained for if you do it, but that's between you and them. That's not my forte. I will never crawl in bed with a bar girl. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. I've never even had a one-night stand in my life. I don't know if you believe me or not, but I have not, and I don't plan on having one. I want to know someone with my heart before I give them my body. That's just how I am. I'm a Christian man, and I respect myself, and I respect people in general. And I have to, if I'm going to go to a foreign country and try to bring home a foreign lady to my country and they're introduced to my culture, before I do that, I have to understand and respect her culture, right? And if her culture says that I can't do certain things with her, or I shouldn't do certain things with her out of respect for her and her family, then I need to respect those values, And I'm going to with Iris. You hear this, Iris? I'm talking to you now. I'm not going to try to force you to do anything you don't want to do. I'm not going to be disrespectful to you. I'm not going to be disrespectful to your family. I'm going to be taking things with you very slowly. And, when you're ready for something, you let me know. And, we'll move on to the next step. I'm not in a hurry. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm retired. I've got a little bit of money put away. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to rent an Airbnb. And by the way, guys, I'll tell you this much. I'm going to rent an entire house for about $500 US a month. You couldn't rent an apartment in the United States for $500 a month. And if you did, it would be in the slum of the freaking worst neighborhood in the city. This is a really nice house. It's beautiful. I've seen pictures of it. It's in a good neighborhood. And the guy that owns it lives very close to it. And he's offered me all kinds of help. He actually has a scooter, which is a motorcycle. He's also going to rent that to me during the time I'm there for a very cheap price. It's like around, I think, $75 a month to rent this scooter from him. So Iris and I can go and drive around and see the sights, go to the beach, go wherever we want to go. But I'm renting this entire house, and it's a nice house, for $500 US a month. So I think it's about 2,000 pesos, something like that a month. So, and you can find cheaper. There's cheaper out there, but this is a nice one. I wanted to find a place that Iris would be impressed with, and I sent her pictures, and she's in love with it. She can't wait to be there with me. It's one thing it's got that she don't have. It's got air conditioning. There's a lot of people in the Philippines, guys. If you're going to go to a girl's house, don't expect to walk in her house and walk in a nice, cool, air-conditioned house, because a lot of them don't even have air conditioning. They can't afford it. They can't afford the electricity bill, so they don't. And even if they do have it, they may not even run it because it's too expensive. Iris and her family, believe it or not, they have a refrigerator. But you know what? It's unplugged because it makes their electric bill go up and they can't afford to pay their electric bill, so they leave it turned off. If they have some stuff that needs refrigerated, they'll bring it home, they'll plug the refrigerator in, they'll put it in there, but once it's gone, they unplug the refrigerator again. So that's just their lifestyle. It's what they do, you know. And you'll see that when you see her, you know, she's going to go through some things, how she does housekeeping, and how she takes a shower, and how she uses the toilet, and how she washes clothes. You know, it's way different, guys, way different than the way we do it in America. Trust me, it's way different. And by the way, a bathroom over there is called a comfort room or a CR. So if you hear someone mention a CR, it's called the comfort room. So that's what a restroom is. If you want to know, if you're out in public and you need to go to the bathroom, you might go ask somebody, hey, where's the comfort room? Or where's the CR? If you ask them what a bathroom is, they'll be like, what's a bathroom? I don't know what a bathroom is. So, you know, you got to learn their culture, right? I keep saying that. You got to learn their culture. You got to respect their culture, respect their values. Okay, guys? That's it for now. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. We're trying to get, you know, some more likes here. I'm just trying to go through this. Like I said, I'm here, she's there. We're making separate videos, and we're going to keep working on this together. But if you guys could help us out, you know, send us a like. Maybe, you know, if you could share this video with other people. And if you're from the Philippines, whether you're a guy or a girl and you see this video, if you're a girl, hey, I want to get to know you because I'm looking for ladies to interview when I get to the Philippines. I'm looking for ladies I can interview and put on my channel who are interested in meeting a foreign guy, not necessarily an American guy, you know, just a foreign guy. So if you're a Filipino lady and you're interested in being interviewed by Iris and I, comment in the video. I'll try to find a way to get a hold of you, like on Facebook or something. And you know, my Facebook, if you want to look it up, my Facebook is Wags Automotive. You can look up that one. That's a good Facebook page to look me up on. I have another YouTube channel called Wags Automotive, W-A-G-S, Wags Automotive. That's my other YouTube channel. I've had that one for a while now. It's just reached over 4,000 subscribers. But I also have a Facebook page called Wags Automotive. I don't get on there a lot because I don't use it. That's not my main Facebook page. I'm not going to give that out publicly, but I'll give out my backup Facebook page. So if you're a guy, American guy, and you're interested in being interviewed for this, for our channel, to possibly meet a Filipino lady. I already know one lady who's a friend of mine, has been a friend of mine for a little while, who's in the Philippines. Don't worry, Iris. She's not. We're just friends. There's nothing between us. But she has expressed in the past an interest in meeting an American guy or a foreign guy. So I know at least one person who is. So hey guys, if you're an American guy and you see this video and you want us to interview you, you want Iris and I to interview you, you know, we can do video interviews. We don't have to meet you in person, but it'd be better to meet you in person if we can. But we can do a video chat with you too and put it on our channel. If you're a Filipino lady and you're interested in meeting a foreign guy, you know, leave a comment here or go to my Facebook page, Wags, W-A-G-S, Wags Automotive on Facebook. You'll see a hot rod car on there. That's my car. You know, send me a message on there. Send me a friend request, whatever, and I'll add you to my friend list, and we'll start talking to you guys and maybe get a few interviews going. I don't know how many I can do, but it'd be cool if I could do about 100 interviews when I'm in the Philippines. I'd like to interview about 100 women and put their videos on my channel to help you ladies meet foreign guys. And if my channel takes off and we're making money, Iris and I will keep flying back to the Philippines and interviewing more ladies and putting them on our channel. You know, get you guys a love connection. That'd be great. All right, guys, that's enough of me yapping, flapping my lips. So I appreciate you guys watching. You know, like and subscribe. I appreciate that. And Iris, now it's your turn. Your turn to make a video. I'm waiting for you. She wants to make a video of her sister's farm. I'm excited about that. She wants to make a video of a thing she does in her house. I'm excited about that as well. She's got some other things she wants to make videos on. So just stay tuned, guys. We'll keep putting them on here. I appreciate you guys watching. All right, that's enough for now. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.